Texans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Yellow. Hey, they scared. Watch out.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. This is Darwin Thompson, 6th-round pick from Utah State. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
On 2nd and 11 now, Mahomes. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Benardrick McKinney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Let's make these babies.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. It's complete to Robinson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Here's Mahomes, third and goal. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Down. 10-2 stop. 3. Ready. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
On the ready.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Topper. Topper. Get.
From midfield, here's Locke. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
First down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
You better be afraid of me.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Hey, foxtrot. 3, Mike 3. Combo. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Ready.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lock. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Again, it's Lock. Got an open man. It's QT. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 16. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Into the red zone, it's Lock. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm scared.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Attack, attack.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. We want it. Come to my world. Exit.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Benardrick McKinney. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Lock now on first down. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Lock again here on 2nd and 10. They'll find Miller. That's complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Check it out, please. You draw Parker. Hey, Sam off. Shoot.
3rd and 2. Locke's going to throw. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. We'll see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
They can't stop us.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Shoot.
53 to Mike. 53.
Rock it.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Completes it to Miller. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Four receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7.
41. We got to wedge that, huh? I'm not ready.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Come on.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Yellow.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, 41 Mike. 41 Mike.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Go ahead, Tennessee. You can't stop me.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On the set.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
53. Mike, 53. Rip left. Jump.
Ready.
A throw out wide to QT, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Play action. Now it's locked. And the pressure gets to him again. Frank Clark, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. On 3rd and long, it's locked. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Yellow. I go, Lou, Annie.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
41's coming. High 7, let's go! He's checking.
57.
Crash, crash!
Right there.
Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Attack.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Well, the raw sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
General West.
On third down, block. And he's got Miller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Here we go. 50, plant.
Stop your whining. Slam.
Get.
Miller. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 42-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He gets it to Thomas. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Locke now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Open man is QT, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Now Locke, and Thomas has it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke, he's got Fuller. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, Echo. Look at me. Go up.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown.
Touchdown, Houston.
Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead.
Chiefs 9, Texans 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Fall down these two. 180. Pick it up.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the 1st down in the process.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Running on 1st down with Ware. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Yellow.
Watch the run. They're running it.
On 2nd down, Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Let's get it.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
58's the money. Let's go.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to go down again. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Mahomes going to throw. That one complete to Hill. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Switch, switch.
Back to throw. It's complete to Fuller. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw. Roll out. Hey, Delta. Big grip.
To throw is locked. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Okay, ready? Hey, team 6, team 6.
Mike 3, Mike 3. Combo. Check.
Look at me, zipper. Bravo. Get it.
Lock to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Jim.
Hey, exit.
Switch it, come on, switch it. Shoot.
61, matchbox lights. Hard.
Check safety.
Look, squeeze.
Back.
Ready?
Lock going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants